So what is up, guys? This is the Ninja Movies back again for an all new update. Doing a slightly different update today. I'm actually going to be doing a comic book update. This might be a one-off on the channel, but if you guys enjoy it, let me know down below. Everything I got in this update I got from the website King's Comics. I haven't gone through them before. Normally I go through pop culture. That's if I ever need anything in this sort of, comic books, pop figures. I normally go to pop culture, but they were really prompt. They had a lot of good deals. I got all these for under $70, so I think that's a steal. If you guys are into comic collecting and have any sort of recommendations of series you think I should check out based on what you've seen here, definitely let me know down below. And if you've read any of these yourselves, also let me know down below. But a lot of these I just have one-off issues of. There was a couple series that I got maybe the first 3 issues of, things like that, because I was confident that I'd enjoy what they're about. But I'd rather have a sort of spectrum to see what I'm sort of into if I'm really going to get into this comic collecting thing. So starting off, we have, this was a free comic book day, and that is Batman and Robin and Howard. I just think that is the funniest looking front cover. Batman and Robin and Howard. No idea who Howard is. These free comic book days, I did notice sort of do that thing where halfway through the comic it actually flips around the other way. I guess that's just for a cheaper release. But that's comic number 1. The next one up, we have Year of the Villain, issue 1. So once again, I haven't actually read through any of these yet, so if you've read any of them yourself, let me know. DC Nation number 0, so this isn't even number 1, number 0 they're calling this. Son of Merlin, so I'm starting off with a couple, recognizable names, Batman, the Joker, but I did go sort of more of the, I guess, the indie route, if you will, because that's what I just wanted to try out some of these comics, see what some of these lesser named comics have to tell. I used to be a huge fan of the Merlin TV show, so I could easily get into something like this if it's written well. That's issue number 1. Then we have Batman Nightwatch, another Batman one. Batman and Spider-Man, I would say, probably pretty generic, but probably my favorite superheroes that are out there, so easier to get into, even if I know nothing about what the sort of series is about. We have Project Superpowers, some no-name sort of either villains or superheroes to me, but keen to check that out. This one looks old school as heck, and that is Strike Force Marie Baraturi, first issue. Now that's some like 80s type artwork to me. I kind of like that. Now this is one of the series I actually picked up several of the issues of, and I just think this could be a really cool sort of comic. It's called Unit 44. So what do we have here? We have, this one is issue 3. So I got 2, 3 and 4. So this is issue 2. With some badass looking fish on the front. Issue 3, the one I first held up. Looking very like, I don't know, there's a show that was very similar to this when I was growing up with this sort of look. But it's also giving Invader Zim sort of vibes. And then the issue number 4. Yeah, God, this is like, I can't put, like, my brain won't go to what the TV show was when I was a kid, but it was a CGI animated film with 3 sort of aliens that look similar to this. We have an Avengers comic. We have Earth's Mightiest Heroes, the Avengers, also featuring the Hulk. So that's a cool one to check out. Big fan of the Hulk. Gods and Gears, I believe I got a couple of these. We've got 2 issues of Gods and Gears. We have issues 1 and 2. Very Tarzan, Phantom kind of looking comics. Once again, this artwork looks a bit more old school to me. So, just an interesting story. I don't know, some King Kong looking motherfucker on this one, so check that out. The one I'm most excited for, I got the most issues of. I would like to know if anyone has read this series and what you think. Let's just try and number this properly. We've got 1, 2, 3, and 2 and 3. We have The Adventures of Mr. Crypt. And I picked this up simply because it's got that grim Fandango kind of look, but it also gives me Billy and Mandy, which I'm a huge fan of Billy and Mandy, so that's issue 1 of The Adventures. We have issue 2 of The Adventures of Mr. Crypt and Baron Rat. Like, this looks quirky as heck. I just want to check out what it's all about. This will be the first one I'm reading. Number 3 of The Adventures of Mr. Crypt and Baron the Rat. Sleigh bells, jingling, ring ting tingling. And then I guess there was a spin-off series they have of just, this one's just Mr. Crypt. So this is issue number 2. Sherlock Holmes sort of vibe, or even a Van Helsing. And then issue 3, Mr. Crypt on vacation. Which, this in particular artwork, giving me Danger Mouse. If anyone ever watched that show, I grew up on it. So I'm keen to get into them. If anyone has read that series and hopefully it just lives up to what I'm thinking it's going to be, let me know down below. This one's a wide comic, like in comparison. It's a very bulky one. We have DC Nation Wedding Crashers. This is another free issue they did, so I guess a free comic book day. But we've got the Joker on the front, looking sick. We've got the Young Avengers, True Believers. And yes, some of them did come with the protective sleeves. I do have some of my own, but you know, I'll put them in them once I actually read them. The Avengers Celestial Quest. I don't know a whole heap about the Avengers, to be honest. I wasn't a big fan of the films. They just weren't my kind of thing. I liked some of the individual ones for sure. Iron Man I was a big fan of, but yeah, I just wasn't a huge fan of the Avengers movies, so maybe some of these comics will sort of pique my interest a bit more, getting into it. This one I'm super excited for. I've only got a one-off of this, but it's called Philadelphia, which I'm a big fan of shows like Dexter and, you know, serial killer sort of vibes, because I'm a sicko clearly, but this would be right up my alley, I'm hoping. Just a one-off issue. It says it's an atmospheric horror story with a terrifying real sense of place. So a horror comic book. I can definitely say I've never read one of them, so can you check that out. And the final comic we have is Paradox, issue number 1, which once again, very Van Helsing-like, even The Mummy. Yeah, honestly, I just thought it would be cool to show these off to you, even though I know very little about them. I don't know if I'm going to do an update in the future. I've got plenty of reads to get through. I'm excited, and it's just a new sort of hobby for the channel, and I thought I'd share it with you guys. Should have done this video about 2 weeks ago, so I do apologise, but if you enjoyed the video, leave it a like, add it to your favourites, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.